All right, let us kick things off today with a man who I have not talked to in quite some time. It has been several months since we spoke to the Motown phenom himself, the one and only Kevin Lee. And I've been thinking a lot about Kevin Lee as of late. And so I wanted to catch up with him, and he's kind enough to join us here on the program once again. Kevin, thank you for doing this. How are you?
Always, Ariel. I mean, it's been a while. It has, but I'm healing up good and everything's smooth. Everything's gravy.
Okay, so let's start with there because last time, of course, we saw you was in March against Charles Oliveira. We spoke afterwards after that fight, and I want to ask you about what we talked about. But you did also reveal that you needed knee surgery. I believe you tore your ACL. What exactly
hmm
happened, and how are you feeling now?
So I really tore both ACLs.
Wow.
I had that fight in March, and I did want some time off after that. And I guess that's what happened. Uh, I was training, uh, took a bad shot, and my left ACL just kind of I felt it as soon as it like my leg bent all the way backwards. Um, So after I had the surgery on that one, repaired it, going through the rehab. 3 months later, blew out my right ACL. I just kind of tripped over a cord on that one, and I guess just from all the years of fighting and everything, it was already ready to go. And going through both knee surgeries
Wow. Wait, so when was the first knee surgery?
in May. May 1st was the first date. The second
And
date was August 15th.
oh my gosh. And I've heard that if you tear one ACL, unfortunately, there's a good chance that you'll tear the other because you're overcompensating. Do you think that's what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened with the second one. I was just overcompensating for it. And honestly, I was trying to like come back too fast, like the doctors and everything was telling me it's gonna be 6 months minimum before I'm able to move around like normal. So I was putting a lot of pressure on my right leg to kind of take over for the left. And that I guess it they set me back down, by blowing out the second one. But now I'm at the stage where it's healed enough to where I just got done with a run right now. So I'm healed enough that I can start running and hopefully I should be able to start fighting again soon.
Okay. And just to be clear, the first ACL, did you tear it in the Oliveira fight?
No, but I think it was some damage done to it. My knee did kind of get caught in a funky position up in there. So I think I probably did damage it, and then I tore it just kind of doing something stupid during training.
Okay.
It wasn't even like real training. It was more so just me playing around.
So realistically, when do you think you could come back?
So they telling me I could start sparring again, maybe late January. Um, so that means I'll probably try and go into a training camp in February, fight in maybe April or May, something like that.
That soon after
April.
two ACL surgeries?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a superhero. What you mean? I'm still gonna do this.
Okay.
They telling me I'm not, but that's as far as the timeline in my head. That's where I'm at. I'm healing fast. Like I'm already back running. So my I got some kind of mini goals that I'm setting right now. I want to try and get a half marathon done before the end of the year is up, and once I'm able to do that, focus on my cardio, and then I should start training again.
Okay, now after the fight, I remember we spoke, and it did seem like for a minute there you were considering taking an extended time off. Like you weren't
Yeah.
really quite sure about your future. How do you feel about your future in the sport now?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that's the way things play out. Because I did feel like I needed a time off. I needed to kind of reinvent myself or see what I'm really doing it for. Like I kind of was getting over it a little bit, and the fact that I haven't been able to throw a punch since I've had these surgeries, so it's been maybe like 7, 8 months. Like I'm going crazy. Like I hate this. Like I just want to fight again, and I just want to be able to train again at least. So it's kind of as crazy as it is, I think I'm gonna come out on the better end of this. I'm gonna come out exactly what I was looking for. I'm gonna have a time off and kind of find my love for the sport back. Like I've purposely stayed out the gyms. I'm in the PI just doing my rehab, but I'm not in no boxing gyms. I'm not in no wrestling gyms. I'm not none of that, and it's making me miss it a lot. So when I do come back, I'm gonna be a whole different beast.
So to be clear, you are going to come back and you do feel like you have that love again for the sport.
For sure. Yeah, yeah. I'm 100% gonna come back.
Okay.
Even when I said I needed the time off, I still was gonna come back. I just I just felt like I needed the time off. I felt like I kept a crazy schedule, like I had 6 5 round fights in 2 years. I headlined more cards in that same period than anybody else. So it was kind of like I was getting a little burnt out, you know.
Yeah.
So I needed time off anyway. I did want to have no surgeries to do it. You know,
Sure.
I kind of wanted to do it on my own, but I guess that's the way things happen.
And by the way, I think you're covering the camera with your right hand there. There you go.
I hate iPhones.
I'm just looking out. You
Done
good
that
there with
shit
the
so much.
headphones? Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm just sweating. You know, I
Oh,
just got done with I had to take the hood off.
so okay, and have you decided? I know it's a little bit early, but have you decided will it be 170 or 155?
155 for sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's still a lot of unfinished business going up there. So yeah, 155. Right now, I'm just like I said, I'm trying to focus on getting my cardio right. Once I get the cardio right, doing long runs that I used to do that I haven't done in a long time, the weight should fall off pretty good.
Now you've kept a relatively low profile throughout all of this. I mean, you pop up here and there, just barely, but
Yeah,
you did make some news, some headlines when you unveiled your new tattoo.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is quite the piece of work. Did you grow your hair back? Can I not even see it? What's it look? Is it bad?
I
Is
mean
it?
that it's there, but the hair is covering it. I mean that's the idea. You know, I didn't really tell a lot of people. A lot of people got questions about it, but it's just something to show like I'm fully back and I'm fully committed to this. When I shave my head, getting ready for the fight, you're gonna see the full helmet. I mean, I give you a little sneak preview, but
Uh,
you can't really see it when I'm walking around in my civilian clothes.
right.
But once I shave my head to get ready for the fight, you're gonna see the full helmet, the full piece. So I think it's gonna look nice.
So what exactly is it? It's a helmet?
Yeah, it's a samurai helmet.
Wow. And what inspired you to get that?
I, I've always felt like this weird connection with Japan. And I after going through these surgeries, I needed something to kind of show my warrior mentality. My coach Dewey Cooper, you know, the guy with long dreads, and
Yep.
he's got this scarification on his arm that he got when he won his first world title, and he pulls his sleeve up every time we get ready to fight, and it kind of shows like he's in warrior mode. So I felt like I kind of was leaning off of that a little bit and give me something that feel like I'm in warrior mode. Like I can't be out of my long runs if I got a tattoo or a helmet on my head, you know? Like I can't keep quitting if I got a helmet on my head. And I feel like at this point in my career, it's all about just working hard and it's all about just showing up in shape and showing up healthy. So as long as I'm doing that, this is just a reminder to get me to do that.
And how long did it actually take?
42 hours total.
Wow. How many
40,
sessions?
42 hours, 4 sessions. So
Wow.
yeah, of a guy with a knife on my head. So it's gonna make fighting kind of easy. I mean, another reason I did it is it does cover up the back of my head where you know you're not supposed to get hit. So next time I fight Tony or Charles or something, they won't elbow me in the back of the head no more.
And how much should it like? Because I would imagine like the neck part over here that would kill, right?
Yeah, the neck, this part hurt the worst. And then this part right behind the ear that hurt the worst too. But you know,
Are
it
you
looks
done?
good. Yeah, I'm finished with it. Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay.
I'm
All
finished.
right.
I might after I win my first title, I might get something right there. I don't know yet,
Okay.
but
I did.
I'm saving that for the first title.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think it was the day that Khabib won and retired. You posted a picture of the belt.
Yeah, yeah,
Why'd you do that?
that's the goal. That's the goal. That's mine now. Especially with Khabib retiring, it's for sure is mine. And if I'm being honest, you know, I've been trying to go after Khabib for years and all this, but after seeing his last 2 fights, uh, he would have beat me. He would have beat me the way I was. Like I would have wore myself out. His cardio is just it would have just he would have beat me. Not skill for skill, skill for skill. I don't think there's a man on the planet that could beat me. But with the way that I was and the way that I was training and just kind of killing myself, he would have beat me. So now I got a different goal in mind, and I know that belt gonna be mine as long as everything's A1.
So I mean, you're really, and this is like how the whole thing started. Like you're one of the few guys who's ever called out Khabib, and you were calling him out before he was even champion, before it was cool to call him out. If in fact he does stay retired, will it bum you out that you never got a chance to fight him?
Yeah, but he gonna come back. He gonna come back. He'll come back for one or two of them. And it's just my job to be the one that he gonna come back for. You know, I got to get big enough to where he gonna come back for. I ain't really had like you said. I've been kind of staying away from everything, been shying away from everything. It's kind of an old Detroit mentality. Kind of stay down until you come up. And my last like come up season was like 2017, where I really kind of had my flexing season. So the next one, I make sure that I give him something to shoot for. He's still got that fire in him too. I know it. So I just got to give him something to shoot for. So I got a lot of work to do to put in for that.
So is that part of the goal, like to be at a point when he comes back, you're the guy, and then you finally get that fight?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I think it's very, very realistic, and it's really gonna happen. You know, a lot of guys don't blow up until they 30, so I still got some time to do that.
How old are you now?
I'm 28.
That's crazy, man. I feel like you've been around forever. You're still under 30. It's an amazing thing. And if you can't get Khabib, maybe still Islam. Is he still on the hit list?
Yeah, I mean, Islam is gonna be the ones I got to go through in order to get that and to make that happen. You know, I saw him in the PI and before when he was getting ready to fight RDA, and so yeah, that's definitely still in the books. There's a lot of guys. Like honestly, I'm not really focused on no opponents right now. You know, it's all about just trying to get healthy and get back. Because once I'm back, I don't feel like anybody can stop me, and I feel like I'm gonna give some new life to the game. The game been missing me. I've been missing it. So I can't wait to be back.
It's a beautiful thing. Let me ask you, what happened with Islam at the PI?
Nothing really.
Well, you just said he.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You just brought it up. I didn't even know about it.
Are those books behind you real?
Yes, they're as real as it gets. Yes.
You read all them? You read all them?
You don't believe me? You don't believe that I can read all this?
You got Art of War back there somewhere?
I have so many things.
So if you read Art of War, then you know what me and Islam was talking about.
Oh, okay. All right.
There you go.
Fair enough. By the way, do you ever I don't know how, because I know you don't spend a lot of time on the internet, but do you realize that like every time something happens, inevitably someone will write, where does Kevin Lee fit into all of this?
yeah. A couple people have told me that. It's funny. It's one of those things.
Do you know who
I guess.
Yes. Do you know who you have to thank for that?
Yeah, CLP. Of course. Come on, Ariel. I'm not too out of touch. I just don't say nothing. I'm a ghost, man. I just don't say nothing, but I'm not too out of touch. I know what's going on. Me and Chael still talk all the time. Chael's my boy.
Okay. Does he give you tips?
No, we just talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Like, let's say it's a random Saturday and I don't know, Marvin Vittori wins and you tweet something, and then inevitably one of the replies will be, how does Kevin Lee, or where does Kevin Lee fit into all of this? Every time. It's amazing. It keeps your name out there. It keeps you in the conversation.
You know, what's funny is even when I lose, I still end up bigger than the guy that beat me. So, you know, I guess I ain't got too much to complain about.
Well,
I'm always the talk of the town, for sure.
That's right. That's right.
I ain't mad at that.
Could I ask, this weekend, two guys who you fought, Charles Oliveira and Tony Ferguson, are fighting. Who do you think wins that fight? How would you break that down?
So Tony's got better stand-up, and Oliveira's better on the ground for sure. So Tony really should win it, you know, because Oliveira's not that great of a wrestler. But once you like look at momentum, you look at age, you look at the damage that Tony's taken in his last couple fights, I'm all that looks good in Oliveira's favor. So I'm kind of leaning towards Oliveira, but really Tony should win it. He's got more skill standing up, and he should be able to dictate where the fight take place. If it goes to the ground, he might be in a little more trouble, but I don't know. It's hard to make a prediction on that one. Like they're really similar. When I fought both of them, like they're really similar. But if you put a gun in my head and make me choose, I'm gonna say Oliveira.
Interesting. Is there any part of you that thinks that the damage that Ferguson took in the Gaethje fight will change him forever? I seem to think that a lot of people are saying that right now.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I saw him getting old as soon as we fought. Right after we fought, and he fought Pettis. Even though he won that fight with Pettis, he looked a little older. He looked a little slower. And it's just kind of continued on from there. You kind of don't go back up at his age. So yeah, he doesn't have the momentum on his side. That's for sure.
Wait, are you trying to say Kevin Lee aged Tony Ferguson? Is that what you're trying to say in a roundabout way?
I mean, people have said that he humbled me. So maybe me and him did a little trade off.
Okay.
We good friends now.
All right. By the way, speaking of
That's
Oliveira,
a fight I want back. That's a fight I want back. Let me say that for sure.
okay,
Both of them.
both of them. Which one more?
Both
Which
of
one
them.
eats at you more?
Tony.
Why?
Tony for sure. I want Tony to win so that I can fight him again. Because
Why?
that was the fight that kind of like set all this off for me.
Well,
Of me like burning myself out. I burnt myself out in that fight, and it happened again during the Oliveira fight, and I felt like it's kind of the same demon that came up in the Tony fight. So to fight Tony again would be like conquering that demon that I got to get over. So
when
that'd
you
be
say
fun.
burn yourself out, do you mean like in the gym, in training, or somewhere else?
Both during in the gym, just went way too hard for no reason. Didn't really train the smartest when I look back on it. And during the fight itself, I mean, I was on 10 that whole fight, and I'm on 10 a lot, but for that one in particular, and I've kind of carried that over into some of my training camps since then too. The last training camp that I'll say I worked really smart for and not just killed myself in the gym was when I fought Barboza. So yeah, it's something there that I want to get back for sure with Tony.
By the way, that Oliveira fight, it's a crazy one to look back to because it was the last one before, the pandemic, right? That before everything shut down. Looking back, was that, I mean, was that even in the back of your mind, any of that? I mean, I know obviously the fans, couldn't attend and it was raging, but like how crazy was that week? Because it's a fight card that I think everyone will remember because it was the last one before everything changed.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, even just to look back on it, like, yeah, I mean, it's even hard to say because it was so like all over the place, and even my mind was so scattered and all over the place. Yeah, it's a crazy start to the year, and it's been a crazy year. Like not even just for me, for the whole world. So yeah, that's definitely one I'm gonna remember for forever, probably.
I'd be remiss if I don't ask you about Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, also in your weight class. How do you
Yeah,
feel about that fight?
I mean, Conor gonna do what he gonna do. He gonna go out there. He gonna smoke Dustin again. Dustin kind of already giving it to him. So it's like, man, we getting the easy. I swear. So some guys get the easy. So, and not to say like Dustin's an easy fight by any means, but somebody that you already kind of smoked is like, I fought on the undercard of their first fight, and you can see it before that fight. Like Dustin ain't had no chance. So I see it again in this one. Like Dustin really don't have a chance.
What do you mean
So
by he already gave it to him?
he already gave it to him. Like he already he already damn near kneeling in front of him. It kind of reminds me of when Connor fought the one kid, the Brandao, Diego Brandao, and he's kneeling to him in the cage. I feel like Dustin's gonna do the same thing. So you already lost. And half of these fights you lose way before the fight even take place. So I feel like you already lost.
We mentioned Khabib and Tony. Would Conor be on that, list that?
Oh yeah. Me and Connor getting it. Come on, like what? Dana already know. I mean, the entire UFC already know. They just been waiting on me to get up there to make that fight happen. So that's one that's never going away. Me and Connor got to get it.
Okay. By the way, how long are we going with
Just for the fun, of
I
the
would love
build
it.
up and once we get out of all this COVID and we able to do press conferences and we able to do like back into the media and stuff, like, oh man, it's gonna be fun.
How long are we going with the hair?
All the way. All the way.
Like Dewey?
Yeah. I'm a girl.
Like
I'm a girl until I'm like 40.
really?
Probably.
Why?
Yeah.
Like why now?
I don't know. I just think my hair is cool. I
Okay.
think it, I didn't when I was a kid, and now like I'm fully into me. So I'm like, you know what? Cool. I might as well grow it up.
Okay. And by the way,
Love it. Chicks love it. So
hey,
chicks love it. They love playing in the air. So I'm like, yeah.
okay, no argument. Love seeing you with your brother, Keith Lee. What's it like, him fighting in Bellator and seeing you by his side? What's it like when you're cornering him and seeing him try to climb through the ranks in his own career?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to see how far he came, just from not even like being fully committed to the sport to where he is now, and making his own money and having his own family. And I mean, it's almost like I'm halfway living through him a little bit. So it make me, I mean, it just made me happy. Like he just a happy dude, he happy go lucky, and that's everything that I wanted from him, especially growing up. So the fact that I get to play a little bit of part in that, and it give me a little bit of pride. So it's yeah, it's amazing.
By the way, did you know that there's a WWE wrestler named Keith Lee as well?
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, one of his goals, and I told him, is he got to up him on his Wikipedia page. So when you type in Keith Lee on the Google, it's got to be him. It can't be this WWE dude. Don't nobody know them.
Okay, all right, and you're not related to that guy, right?
No.
Okay, he's good. I don't know. Have you ever seen him? He's really good. I
stopped watching WWE when The Rock was around.
Yeah, all right.
The Rock ain't in there. I ain't watching it.
You're
if
out.
The Rock ain't part of it, what we doing here?
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, it's been great to catch up with you, Kevin. So to recap, 2 ACL surgeries, but you're hoping to come back mid-2021, 155. You got a lot of people on the hit list. Khabib's coming back, Islam, Ferguson, Connor. You want the big dogs when you come back. You got the samurai tattoo on your head. You got the long hair. Let's go. 2021 Motown Phenom. Let's go.
Let's go. Read all them books, baby.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. All the best to you, and good luck with the recovery.
All right. Thanks, Ariel. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.